Hi guys, it is July, and I know it's been quite a while since I've updated you guys on my cosplays. So I did go to AnimeNext. I could only go the last 2 days, or I think it was Friday and Sunday, so not the last 2 days. I went Friday and Sunday because I actually couldn't get out of going to my first day of my new job on Saturday. So on Friday, I went with my Fiona costume, and I actually used a wig from my Princess Peach, like boomerang suit costume, which is like a long blonde wig. And I usually put in like these like hair clips that I got from Hot Topic a really long time ago when I actually first got the costume. And I actually like have them trimmed to kind of be like a side swoopy bang or whatever for Fiona. But I don't know, they're not really the right color, and they're a pain in the butt to put on, and then, I don't know, it's just, I feel like if I had the wig, it'd be a lot nicer. So I put that wig on, and I kind of, like, tucked it all up in there and had, like, one little swoopy piece. And I think it looked a lot nicer. And I also wore stockings, which is probably a terrible idea, because waiting in the pre-reg line for my ticket, it was very hot outside, and I was out there for quite some time. So I learned my lesson, but I feel like my costume did look a lot better. And I did my makeup pretty well, better than I've done before. So I was pretty happy with the outcome. And I mean, like, my picture was taken a few times, nothing too crazy. It was the first day, so I really didn't know what to expect. There were a lot of people. And I pretty much kind of like went around the dealer floor, and then I went to the little artist alley. Well, actually pretty big. The artist alley that they had. And that was pretty much it. I didn't stay very long. I kind of just like wandered around. I was alone, so I didn't know anybody. I didn't know what to do. I believe my friend was busy that day, who I'm pretty sure she was there. So I didn't get to see her. So I pretty much stayed for about a couple hours. I drove all the way down there. It took me like 40 minutes to drive there, so I was just bored, and I don't do well when I'm by myself, so I was just kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of hungry, I want to go home and get some Chipotle. So I drove home 40 minutes plus the 30 it probably took to get me the Chipotle, and I kind of just like came home, changed, and called it a day. Went to work on Saturday, and finished up my pearl costume to wear on Sunday, which I then woke up a little bit earlier than before. I realized it didn't really matter how early I got there. Probably would be no parking, and there wouldn't really be a line for me to get in. So I got dressed, which was weird walking out of the house in full costume. Like, for me, Comic-Con is one thing, but like I was home by myself, in the car by myself, and drove there by myself in full costume, and it's very, like, the pearl costume is not, I mean, nothing's really normal necessarily, but I was kind of, like, nervous, which I'm usually not, because it's really, like, out there. Like, I have, like, pink hair, and I'm, like, crazy clothes and stuff, and pastel, but I was reading and watching videos on how to do, like, eyebrows, and I didn't want to leave my eyebrows unpainted or uncolored because I have, like, very light brown eyebrows, and with the wig, which I believe I still have over here. So with my wig, it really wouldn't look that great, which it doesn't quite look as pink as it does in person, but, like, clearly not going to match. So I did a little bit of research, and I found out that if you do paint your eyebrows, you can use either acrylic paint or makeup. Mostly they push you towards the makeup. And it's supposed to be 2 shades darker than the color of your wig, which makes sense. That way it's kind of not like flush, and it goes like pretty natural. And I was like, okay, this can't be too hard. I'll just rummage through my paint and see if I have like a darker shade of pink. Which, all my paint was not at my house. My gigantic backpack full of paint. All I had was like crappy craft paint. Those little tiny bottles. And I didn't have a dark shade of pink. I had pretty much the same color, if not lighter, than the pink of my wig. But I think I didn't care, and I just wanted my eyebrows not to be brown. That I cleaned my mascara brush and kind of just like painted my eyebrows in. And then I also thought it was a great idea to do my eyelashes too. So I basically had paint like all up on my face. And I kind of did a very neutral face. Really, I don't think I had any lipstick on. I did like teal eyeshadow to match the costume. I really didn't know what I was doing. And my wig looked like it did there. I didn't have enough time to style it to be very pearl. But whatever. So I drive all the way there. And I don't know. I was shocked because I did get a lot of compliments on my costume. I saw a Steven Universe group the first day I went there, and I didn't see them on the last day, so I was really upset. I couldn't find anybody. But I was kind of happy that I got a decent amount of compliments on my costume, and not only that, but my spear as well. And I did meet up with my friends who were dressed up as Tina and Louise from Bob's Burgers, which they looked great, and they were awesome, and they're really cool. But it was really fun. I met one of my other friends who is an amazing photographer, and she did me the favor of taking some pictures, which she hasn't processed yet, but I'm super excited to see them because I know she's gonna blow me away with her awesome pictures. But because I feel like I did take a car selfie, and I don't think that really, even though I like that better than the pictures that I actually got, there was like a little photo booth impromptu thing where I think it's you pay like $5 and you get 2 shots, and you can either have them printed or emailed. So for $5, whatever, like, I'll get 2 pictures, and they were okay. I think I look terrible, but I just did it for like documentation purposes. Like, I just wanted to be like, oh, look at my crappy costume, because it was like a full body. Yeah, I think I look like crap. But those are the only 2 pictures really, and the car selfie, that I have of the costume, unfortunately. But I learned that I have to remake the entire top of my costume. I just don't like it. It's too big and not fitting. That's pretty much it. I obviously fixed the wig, but my pearl gem stayed on my forehead pretty well, I have to say. I tried not to scrunch my face, or like make awkward faces. But it stayed on pretty well. I was really happy about that. And I do love my gem. It's like perfect. So I do have to remake my tops of my costume. But my pearl spear came out pretty dang cool, which I got like an incredible amount of compliments about this. The end's a little dirty because I was just like holding it on the ground. I have to say though, I'm pretty proud of myself for like never truly ever making props. It's actually not that bad. My dad is a carpenter, helped me with the bottom because these are 2 wood pieces and it's like stuck in there with a wooden dowel and lots of wood glue. But I pretty much did everything by myself. I'm like super happy. I mean, like, I painted the actual, this part pearlescent with like pearlescent paint. I think it's called like pearl, like white or something, I don't know. Just like to give it like some sort of like shininess. I have weird issues. And like this is also like pearlescent. And the gold piece is gold. Everything else is regular, nothing special. But I did direct everybody that was interested in my spear or asked me questions to the video that I got the tutorial from. So, because I would never have figured that out by myself. I'm just not that kind of person. I think it went pretty well, so I'm excited about that. I'm happy that I went. I don't know if I'll go next year. It's very different than Comic-Con, and I didn't know like where to go, like if my friends were there, where they were. I didn't meet some random nice girl at the food court who was a fellow Tumblr user. Although I didn't catch her name, or I didn't ask for her name, she was really sweet, and I appreciate that she sat and talked to me while I ate my pretzel and drank my soda. She was really cool, though. So, I mean, generally, it was a pretty nice convention. I didn't really run into anybody rude. Everybody's pretty much nice. Like, people were saying, like, excuse me. Like, I know it's, like, hard to get all up in the places and stuff, so that was really awesome. I did spend a lot of money buying worthless stuff, but I think it was worth it. I did buy another kigurumi. It's a unicorn. It's like blue and pink and has a fuzzy mane and tail with a unicorn horn. Because it was cheaper than what it would have been online for me, and I love kigurumi, and I'm upset that I haven't been able to wear it yet because I love those things, and it's way too hot. It's like 90 degrees outside. Can't be wearing kigurumi. I'm excited to wear it. I couldn't decide. There were so many, and the guys were the shop or booth owners were like super nice about it. I did buy a necklace, and I believe from the same. No, actually, it might have been different. No, it was the same shop. I bought this little like Sailor Moon like phone charm, and I don't really put phone charms on my phone often, but I'm saving this because I'm scared I'm going to mess it up. I did buy like another one which was made out of shrinky dinks or something. I don't know, a different material, and it broke. I was really upset, so it's like laying in 2 pieces up in my room. I bought a lot of stickers and these other things that I brought up, which are like little pins made out of foam, craft foam, but in the shapes of like characters, and they're beautiful. A Attack on Titan scout cape, which I found out was cheaper on the internet, but in the moment I was, and I came home and like put it on, and I was all excited. I don't really know what else I bought. I really didn't buy a lot of things. I tried to limit myself to a certain amount of money. I did buy like keychains. They were like laser cut plastic keychains. Bought my boyfriend 2 Star Wars ones and a Doctor Who TARDIS for myself. They had a lot, which was really cool. And I also liked that the Artist Alley, everybody did commissions, and they were pretty reasonable. I just never trust myself to come back and pick up something, so, But it was really cool. The Artist Alley was nice, and I might, in the future, reserve a booth and maybe share it with 2 of my friends, other artists, because I don't think I have the, wouldn't make sense for me to do it alone. I do own a button machine, and I have been experimenting with shrinky dinks, so that does kind of open up other things, and silk screening and things like that, so it's possible to make things. I already have some Sailor Moon patches that I've been working on, and I plan on opening an Etsy store. Who knows, though? I have really no idea how this is all going to go for me, but AnimeNext was a good kind of like in-between convention, because I get like the convention itch where I just need to like go do something or dress up, and yeah, no, I like it. My boyfriend and I bought our Comic-Con tickets, so we have the 4-day, I don't know if they're like special access or whatever they're called. Yeah, I think it's special access passes, because the VIP ones are I think $500 per ticket, which is a lot of money, but with the new convention, with another New York Comic-Con, it always raises a question of what costumes, well, for me, this is my problem, what costumes will I do? So there were a few options. A possibility, or some possibilities, would have been, or would be, and I'm not 100% sure yet, Impa from the new Hyrule Warriors game. She just looks super cool, and I was interested in Warbler, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to go crazy into it. One of my friends posted this lovely artwork of like pinup superhero girls. The Wonder Woman was cool, but I did really kind of fall in love with the Hawk Girl. And it does have like a prop aspect to it, so that was really cool. And I always did like Hawk Girl from Justice League. And then Raven. I remember meeting a Raven at AnimeNext, and I really did like Raven. It looks like a really cool costume, and she pushed me towards it. She said it's pretty simple costume, it's cheap. Which I feel like if I can make it for a decent amount, like if I don't have to spend too much money, like I'm not gonna sew my own leotard. I don't know if I'll ever get that advanced. But the leotard was probably maybe $20 on Amazon. I can definitely make my own cape. I've looked up tutorials on the belt and the gems for her cape and things like that, and a wig's a wig. And then if I just get a little gem and plop it on my forehead and buy some kind of like neutral colored makeup, I feel like I can pull it off. So it's a very large possibility that I will do Raven. The Hawk Girl pinup I really, really want to do, but I might have to put it on the table for now. I don't, kind of like on the back burner. I'm not sure if I'd have enough time, and I'm really super limited on funds, more so than ever due to student loan payments. And I'm not making a whole lot of money where I'm working. So, cheap and quick costumes are probably the way to go. Although I do want to fix my Pearl costume, and I always love my Fiona costume. I think I might kind of go back and just fix things, because I do love my Link costume, but it's kind of lacking in details. It's very plain, and I want it to be, like, really nice. I started work on my bracers, but I feel like if I go back and add more details, it'll look a lot nicer. My Animal Crossing costume needs a big touch-up. That dress is terrible. So I'm probably going to redo that, and maybe see if I can add some makeup aspects to kind of pull the whole thing together. Maybe buy a wig. I don't know. I don't want to bore you guys too much more, so that's pretty much it for this 16-minute long video. But like I said, I will definitely kind of update you as things go, like I say all the time. And I'm sorry for the huge lapse in videos. I just wasn't thinking, and I've recorded a lot of videos and just never really uploaded them, so that's totally my fault, and I apologize. But if anybody is watching, thank you. It really means a lot to me. I like sharing my experiences with cosplay. And I do love cosplay. It's pretty, it's an awesome experience for me, and it's a near and dear thing to my heart. So, I will definitely see you guys soon, and keep up the good work, everybody.